Well, that was a good start, wasn't it? YouTube won't let me film live. Anyway, I'm going to hand you over to the lovely Katie Moe. And I'm going to get cooking. And she'll probably see all the comments if there are any. Say hello, Kate.
Hello, Kate.
And let me know who's watching. Cheers. Right, that was a bit of a bummer there. I thought anybody could YouTube live, but apparently you've got to be eligible. So I don't know what that means. So the first thing you need to do is get all your stuff ready. Kettle boiled, knives looked out, your bacon out the fridge, some hot soapy water in the sink for washing your hands, and after that disappointment, grab yourself a beer. Really disappointing in that. So, I'm going to be cooking this for two. So, two it will be. So 2 plates is what I need to get out, or 2 bowls even, you don't put soup in a plate. So the first thing you need to do is put your oven on very low with whatever you're going to be eating it out of. Just a low warm setting. Lowest setting your oven will go on, and then you need to get your vegetables prepped. So the first thing you need to do is find your peeler, get your recyclable, your food waste bin out, peel the carrot, directly into there. Peel the onion, so you'll need your small knife. So when I peel an onion, I always start at the stalk end. You want to get a couple of layers. Come in a bit closer. But don't look in the bin. See what's in here. So yeah, I like to take a couple of layers off, simply because that outer, not just the paper layer, but the first outer layer is normally a bit tough and doesn't cook so quick. So, yeah, it's waste, but trust me, you don't want to be eating this. Right. The next thing you need to do is peel your neeps. So I'm going to put that to one side. Put all these to one side. I'm not even bother peeling the tatties. Put them to one side. So top and tail your neeps, come in close. Tail and top. My neeps are a bit wizened because they're a couple of weeks old. That's the beauty of neeps though, they keep. So top and tail, or tail and top. So you put it on its head end onto the board first, and you'll see that there's a rim goes round there. So you peel your neeps. Taking as little off as you can, so you've got no too much waste. There we go. When it's feed. Making sure you're not cutting yourself. Is anybody commenting? Am I going too fast? Or?
Everyone's just watching.
Okay. A chance to see me make an error myself on Facebook Live wouldn't be the first time.
No.
Right. That out the road. So your 2 neeps. This is what I meant about the garlic. So I've got half a bulb of garlic. Break the bulbs into an empty jar. If you're just using garlic puree, that's fine. So at this stage, put the pan on to medium to high heat. So this is electric, it goes up to 6, I'm putting it on at 4 at the moment. So peel the garlic, you've got it in a jar. Shake it, shake it, shake it. So yeah.
Oh, that's pretty nifty.
Yep. So that's a quick way of peeling a heap of garlic. Other ways, you just peel the stalk. There you go. Because it bashes it, it comes off. Oh. Yeah, so that's me got them all. Your garlic papers. So there. Give the hands a wash. Don't need that again. Right. While my pan's heating up, I want to be cutting the neeps in half, or if you've got a bigger neep, cut it into quarters. Excuse me. Top and tail of carrot. And you want to grate them. I'm just going to grate them into a bowl, but you can put them straight onto your chopping board. It's quite alright.
Jim says it's better be fine.
I'm going to tell you it's fine anyway. If it tastes like rubbish, you ain't going to know any difference until you try it yourself. I tell you, being stuck in lockdown with Kate, I'm out of practice, I would rate in, that's for sure.
What?
Those with a mind similar to mine will bet it. I don't know. So yeah, you want to grate your carrots and your neep. You could just make the soup all carrot instead of neep, but then it wouldn't be curried neep soup.
Darren says wooden pallets.
Wooden pallets! There you go. That's what he wanted to hear, was it? Nice to see the gas collar working hard there. It's probably the hardest work of a gas collar, to be fair. So as your pan gets up to temperature, it's not glamorous, this cooking malarkey, I tell you. That's why ugly bastards like me have to hide in the kitchen. Not my language. Right. If you've got a food processor with a grater attachment, just grate the lot. Tatties included. You don't need to peel the tatties. You would need to wash them though if they were covered in earth. Right.
You having fun there?
Not really, no.
This is when you need a KP, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you gotta go for it, go for this, go for that, and get them to do whatever. So.
Ian says that right hand is well used to it.
Not at the moment, it's not. I'm going to turn it up a little bit more actually. Have a beer. Always grab a beer when you're cooking.
Hugh says, where's the pineapple?
I'm not making pizza. Right. This bowl's getting full, so I'm going to put that in my measuring jug. You're not getting to see my face.
It's not your face anyway.
I know. To think my mother could be watching this.
She is.
Yeah. I've never done anything like this before in my life, mother. Saying that you had to do my washing as a teenager. Just keep checking your pan's up to heat. Right, pan's almost hot. Get your hands away, wash, stop what you're doing. So, if you're using coconut oil like me, use coconut oil. If you're using butter or oil, you want to put in some. That's roughly 2 dessert spoons. That should be all you need. Grab your onion, split it in half, that way, and just
Some fine chopping action.
Yeah. Right. Onion in the pan. Now it's up to heat. I'm putting it back down to 4. So and when you put in vegetables for sweating, immediately get some salt. And the lid. What do I do with that bleeding lid?
What's the music? Someone's asking.
The music is some non-copyrighted stuff off of YouTube. We discovered early on that if you use songs that you like, some idiot at Facebook or even at YouTube come out with, oh, this is copyrighted, you can't use it. And they started muting the videos. So, yeah, so get your garlic, chop it roughly. So you just want to sweat this. It's sweatier than a fat lass in a cake shop. Right, I'll continue with my vulgar action. You don't have to grate these vegetables. You could just chop them up, but the soup takes a lot longer. And Kate's got a meeting at 3 o'clock, so we've kind of got to put chat in. Corn, is it? Corn sausages.
Hmm? What's the deal with your legs?
What's the deal with my legs?
Do it again.
I don't know. Just keep an eye on this, make sure it doesn't burn. If it burns, either turn it down or just move it to one side. I'm doing that because it's going to burn, it's not because it is burnt.
Never mind.
So, gently sweat those vegetables, and the next thing you need to add is your bacon, unless you're a vegan Nazi or some weirdo that doesn't eat meat. So I'm going to use maple cured, but it's just because what's in the fridge. Now I've never made this soup before, so it could be a complete and utter disaster. I'm going to trust my spidey senses. Is there anything I've cooked and crappy cooking yet that's been a disaster? I like how you've had to think about that. Okay, so there we go. Vegetables are pretty much grated. Makes a bit of a mess when you're in a hurry, but that's okay.
You've got to say wooden pallets, but you've got to say it extra loud.
Wooden pallets! Right. That onion I need. Right, good. always stay hydrated.
What's that you're drinking?
Dark Island from the Orkney Brewery. I believe it's Mr. Jim Ross's tipple of choice. So 2 rashers of bacon. I'm going to put in 4, but 2 rashers of bacon is all you need. So you cut the meat on the board after the vegetables for obvious reasons, but it doesn't really matter because they're all going in the same blooming pan anyway. Okay, add your bacon. Wash your hands. Back in the heat. Cook that until the bacon's cooked. And then back to your spuds. Oh. Now, what the tatties do is thicken up the soup. So, if you want a thicker soup, add more tatties. If you want a thinner soup, don't add tatties. But I don't think this is going to be too thick anyway. So. If you've got any eyes on your tatties, take them off with a small knife. Anybody any questions? Other than
no.
shouting wooden pallets at the top of my voice?
Wasn't Nicola Reed meant to be cooking along?
Yeah.
I think she's watching.
Nicola, how are you getting on? You can stop and type if you want. I'm just got a time limit on this, but you don't. The reason I haven't peeled the tatties is because there's a lot of fibre in the skin, which is very good for you. And a lot of the nutrients in vegetables are near the skin, so.
Nicola says, how difficult are neeps to chop?
Depends how hard they are. If they've got a good frost, they're normally a bit harder.
Audrey's got carrots.
Yeah.
Hugh wants to know if you'll do a pizza making day.
Yes, but without pineapple.
Darren wants to know, how are you guys finding lockdown?
We didn't find it, it came upon us. Yay! Not too bad. I don't think. Neither of us have murdered each other yet.
Take your hat off a second.
Yes. No, I think you're wanting this noise, are you, Darren? Yeah. Right. So, get to that stage. So your onions have got a slight caramel, but not burnt. Definitely not burnt. So at this stage, if you're up to speed, is everybody up to speed that's cooking along?
I guess so.
Because I can wait. What time is it?
I don't know.
It's alright. Can somebody tell us the time, please? In a comment.
No one wears a watch around here, do they?
No. Right, anyway. I've got Bombay seasoning, which I'll do for curry powder. So I'm going to add what's roughly a dessert spoon.
It's 220.
220, oh that's fine. Plenty of time. So
Thanks, Lisa.
So I've got a full dessert spoon of curry powder in there. Because I'm cooking it and I'm eating it, it's fine. So I'll show you, if you were putting in the individual spices, you would just want like a small amount, like that. 2 lots of turmeric, 2 lots of coriander,
the classes that you used to have live,
Really, it's up to yourself. There's no right or wrong way of doing this.
whatever you want to say.
Good shake of ginger.
If you are a teacher, if you're an instructor, it can be just
Remember, you keep the ginger at the back of your cupboard because it's got no salt. A wee bit of cumin. A wee bit of, a wee splash of cinnamon. Now, cinnamon's really powerful, so just a small amount there.
Somebody wants to know where you got the pan.
From in here. That cupboard.
Yeah.
It's a Nick Nairn pan. Where did you get them? This isn't my house, by the way. I'm just squatting.
I acquired them.
Okay, so you want to cook that until your curry spices just smell slightly toasted. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
If they catch, which they probably will, add a wee splash of water. But the next thing I'm going to do is add my coconut milk.
Someone's saying, can you add cinnamon?
I just did.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
If you want to add a cinnamon stick to it, that's probably better because it's not quite so overpowering. So, with this wonderful tin opener,
Someone says, what's your favourite 6/8 march?
oh, it'll have to be Katie Moe's March that I wrote last 2 weeks ago. Other than that, Bengali. So you want to tip in most of this coconut milk. If you're slightly wanky, like me, you'll leave a wee sup just for garnishing your bowl so it looks half a fancy at the end. Right, so there we go. Now you need to turn this up.
Yeah. Dan says that you need a gas cooker.
Wait,
And you know his offer.
I would love a gas cooker, yes. You know where you can acquire one? If only I knew some plumbing merchants that might, you know, backdoor stuff, but then he doesn't work there anymore. So we'll turn that up. Put the lid on. Bring that to the boil. It's gone all quiet. I'm going to put my spices back on the spice rack.
Having internet issues.
What's that?
Having Wi-Fi issues.
Oh, it's always a Wi-Fi. That's the beauty of live television. I feel like one of these 1980 presenters. Talking live from satellite from New York.
Live from Blue Peter. And the elephant comes and shits in the room.
I'm not going to shit.
No?
No.
Oh. Be different.
It would. Might be frowned upon. Right. So while that's on, use it as an opportunity to tidy up. It's one thing you never see TV chefs doing is tidying up after themselves. The minky bastards. Watch the iron wedge. Of course, if anybody would like to donate money to my charity, it would be gratefully appreciated. The charity is the Robert Dempster Mackenzie Grant Alcoholic Fund. It's a fund for unemployed people during lockdown to keep them in beer.
What a great idea.
I think so. Right, so my coconut milk's up to the boil. And now it's time just to add all these vegetables. Now the hardest part of a vegetable to digest is the wheelchair.
God.
Shouldn't laugh at that.
No, I wasn't laughing at that.
Well, you're not. It's not true.
Which part is it?
The ventilator.
Oh.
Because they're in short supply thanks to this beautiful Tory government we've got. Hey! Right, so you want, what did I say, a couple of pints, pint and a half. I'm going to put in a litre of water. There we go, just so the pan this size is nearly full. So you want to bring this to the boil. Not Frankie Boyle or Susan. That's going to be a pretty thick soup, but that's alright. But bring that to the boil and gently simmer it. You don't need to season it yet, because you really can't taste it. Could you put that in the fridge, please, my darling? So yeah, I'm just going to continue to tidy up. This is the exciting part. You know, like when they do it on TV, well, here's some soup that I made earlier. When really it wasn't there at all. It was some poor lackey in the background. Well, I should have said you might want 2 pans for this. Bad me. It's just there for passing through sieve. It might be easier to have a second pan, but I don't think so.
I thought you were just going to blend it.
Yeah, but I still want to pass it through a sieve. So yeah, soup's coming up to the boil. Now I would normally say that it doesn't matter how fast it cooks, because water at atmospheric pressure, blah 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 blah, only goes to 100 Celsius. So there you go. Turn it down to a gentle simmer, and now it's just a case of speak to me, talk to me, talk to me.
Two tubes.
Tay Tibbs, talk to me. Anybody? How many people are watching?
Well, at the moment there's 13. There was about 30 odd.
Was there? And now they're bored.
No, maybe they're cooking and they're just,
Maybe.
you know, they've forgotten to
Okay. So any of you that are cooking,
tune in.
how are you getting on? Reply. I know this is always going to be the boring bit, and if we didn't have Wi-Fi issues, we'd have some music and I'd do a little dancing.
Oh dear. So Nicola said, I didn't grate my neeps, I just cut them into slices. So
Why did you do that, Nicola? I did say to grate them.
maybe she didn't have a grater.
Maybe not. She went to Tesco and bought a blender.
Hi Laura. How you coping on lockdown?
Hello, Laura. Who's all the people that's watching? Can you see?
Your mum.
Hi, Mom. Always want to say that on TV. It's not TV, it's Facebook Live.
Nicola says it was too much effort.
Now your soup is going to take twice as long to cook.
Darren's saying he's liking the YouTube vids, they're class.
Thank you, Darren. I'll give you that tenner later of it.
Hi Corley.
Alright, Corley. Or is...
Happy anniversary.
Oh, yeah, happy anniversary of meeting Stephen.
Miss you too, Laura. Have you been cooking?
You're all speaking to blooming Kate, not me. Right, so you will need to stir this from time to time, because the starch in the tatties will mean that they likely will catch. So I've got it down to 4.
Someone's doing leeking tatties instead. Controversial.
Are you putting curry powder in your leeking tatties?
That's Craig Wright.
Hi, Craig.
Darren says, is there any chance he can get a bowl of soup for dinner?
Pop round. You know where we are. I'll leave one on the doorstep.
How does he know where we are?
Because he's been round here for a massage.
Yeah, that's right.
Katie's sexy massage parlour.
That's why he didn't come back. It wasn't that sexy.
No, he never did come back.
Laura's been mostly baking. Nice one.
He was surprised when, he said, "Oh, can you finish off on my face?" And you actually all over his face.
Oh,
just like
fuck's
that. I used to work in a massage parlour. That's how I got the sack. You know, first day. And that's it now. Just finish off on her face. I think she was more shocked than I was. Oh, here we go. The music's back. Yeah, put some music on so people don't have to listen to my voice.
It was a good money shot.
Was it? Right. Soup's only been cooking for a few minutes. But in order for it to cook quicker, get your stick blender out. Off the heat. Just give it a quick blitz. What this will do is it'll break up the carrots and the Neep even more, and you can see it's less gloopy now.
Samantha from New Zealand is in the house.
Hello! I'm a bit jealous of those in New Zealand. One, their Prime Minister isn't a complete and utter half-wit, and two, they're out of lockdown pretty much, because they took sensible measures in the first place.
Darren says he'll be round about 6. Is that okay?
Perfectly fine. I just hope you're
Just
serious.
chuck it out the window.
I hope you're serious, because I'm deadly serious. I genuinely am. A nice big bowl of soup for you. And you can comment if it was crappy or if it was good. So there you go. It's getting there. Just that quick blitz does help to speed things up. At this stage, now you can take a taste and check the seasoning. Definitely needs salt. But seasoning is a personal preference thing, so this needs quite a lot of salt. But it's already tasting quite tasty. Now, none of the spices that were in that curry powder, none of them were chili, none of them were hot spicy. I'll turn that down even further.
No, we had a hot spicy soup last night, didn't we?
Tom yum soup last night, which I did post. This is a bad idea, being barefoot. Oh, that's blooping away. So, I'm going to put that on there. Turn it down, gentle simmer. We had tom yum soup last night. If you wanted to make that spicy, you could add some chili flakes or a spicy sauce like Tabasco. Other copyrighted brands are available. Or even just put in a chili, chop it up at the same time as your onions and garlic. And boom. It's as simple as, really is as simple as that. I'm going to add a wee twist to mine.
Yeah, you're going to do the twist.
No. I'm going to add some mango chutney.
I'm surprised you're not putting Tommy K in this. That goes in everything else.
I will, but when people aren't looking. Shh. That's secret. So, anybody got any other questions? Because really, the soup is cooked. It's just a case of cooking it until the veggies aren't crunchy.
Who shaved your head?
Good question. It was the lovely camera woman herself. I was going to let her shave my balls, but it's a bit wrinklier than the head, so didn't want to take that risk the first time.
I can tell a difference.
The head's a bit smaller. Just a bit. I don't have a tumour down there. You know? Testicles like aubergines. Incidentally, my good pal Andy Clunas, he got a reversal of an operation years ago, and I composed a tune back then called Andy's Aubergines. Maybe shouldn't have mentioned his full name there, but never mind.
What? Sammy's asking what's in your drink again. Brilliant.
Dark Island is an iconic beer. These marketing types will say anything. A standard bearer for traditional Scottish ales. In cask, this beer has twice won Camera's Champion Beer of Scotland. The Orkney Brewery beers are brewed in tune with the ecology of our beautiful corner of the Northern Isles. I'm just reading this slowly, I'm not dyslexic, honestly.
Okay.
On the nose, this dark beer offers bitter chocolate, figs, toffee and hints of fruit. Tastes like flippin' beer to me. On the palate, this resolves into beautiful, silky smooth coffee and chocolate flavours. I would agree. Followed by figs, no, dates, no, dried fruits, no, and a very appealing lingering aftertaste of fruits and hop bitterness.
Wow. Sammy says sorry she came on late. I think she's coming on her period. I don't know.
Oh, no, that's... It's okay for me to be grotesque, but you're the fairer sex.
Darren says, can I cook something? So, what would you like me to cook, Darren?
Katie's going to do a slow cooked breakfast.
That's right. Because it can be done.
Apparently. I reckon that soup's nearly done. It's boiling its heat off and it's on very low. So again, out with your stick blender. Give it a buzz.
Do you know what that's called? A Billy Whiz.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
We had a big huge one in the kitchen. Call it Chefinator.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've had that for 20 years.
Yeah, it looks it.
Oh, somebody wants me to cook them a chicken Maryland.
I would sooner have COVID-19. I genuinely would.
Yeah.
I'd sooner die. So, I'm going to taste this again. Okay, it still needs more salt. I'm going to put in the mango chutney first. I'm going to finish this. Not going to lie, guys. This is bloody tasty. Just add a wee splash of water into there. There we go. Keep your jars and recycle them so that we can save the planet.
Quite right.
Greta Thunberg. Little bitch. So this does need plenty of salt.
Corley says, Jobby, you're not dramatic at all.
How'd you like my shark eye? How'd you like my brown eye now?
Oh no, come on.
And you're not seeing the Jap's eye either. Right. Yeah, I think that's a bit good to go, folks. Still a bit more salt, believe it or not. And just for the hell of it, because I want a little bit of a kick, I'm going to add some chili flakes.
I think that's got salt in it as well.
That's okay. Back on with the old Chefinator, Billy Whiz. Put the oven off. Sadly, our time is coming to an end. Some of you maybe isn't sadly at all.
Sammy's going to sleep. It's 1:40 a.m.
Oh wow.
She says enjoy the soup.
Well, Sammy, the soup's cooked. All I've got to do now is pass it through a sieve. So you don't have to. I just like to do this because it makes sure you don't get any lumps, which you shouldn't have after you've blitzed it. But it's the retired chef in me. So all you do is you get X amount of soup into a sieve. And the soup is fine as it is like that, so you don't need to pass it through a sieve. Oh, there we go, music again. Those of you that are cooking at home, how are you getting on? Please reply. Thank you. Whoops, a daisy. Any replies?
No, not yet.
You guys don't need to do that bit yet. I'm just
Nicola's just blending them now.
how's it blending, Nicola? Because you didn't grate yours.
She says it's taken longer because she didn't grate them.
What about my mother? Has she electrocuted herself or?
I don't know. Hope not.
No, I hope not. If she's going to electrocute herself, she needs to electrocute my dad as well, so that my brother and I can inherit the house. Okay, so come on a bit. So when you pass a soup or a sauce through a sieve, you get all this
Roughage.
roughage. Yeah.
You're not going to chuck that, are you?
Yeah. Oh, you.
Serves you right for wasting food.
The joys of going live. Eh? This never happened to Philip Schofield.
She says she's just going to try it out on Dad. I don't know if she means the soup or the electrocuting.
Probably electrocution, I would think. So back to this again. Yeah, this is for those that didn't see it the first time. I thought I'd better show you a second time. Flippin' wazzick. Right.
I've not heard that word in a long time.
I know. Like I say, you don't need to pass the soup. I'm not going to make that mistake again.
It's got great colour.
Thank you, I've been out on the sunbed. So, I'm only putting it here just because this stainless steel pan looks nicer.
Oh, you should do your Julia Childs impression.
I don't know if any of you have ever seen Julia Childs, but she was an American who did a TV series in the 60s and 70s called The First Chef. And if you look her up on YouTube, you'll see her cooking 367 recipes. And this was her experience of living in France just after World War II. Anyway, enough of my crap.
You sound like Garrett the Frog.
Right. Warm bowls. My ladle.
Just a little bit for me. I'm going out to work.
The pan is off. The heat is off. Stove is off. Now just to give it a little bit of je ne sais quoi. I don't know what that means. A little sprinkle of chili flakes. A little bit of ground black pepper. Or in Kate's case, a lot of ground black pepper. She likes it. And that little bit of coconut milk that was in the end. And then you get a really wanky pattern.
Fancy.
Oh, Ken.
Can I have a love heart, please?
You can make some lungs.
Oh, yeah. Number 8. Perfect.
And then I'll give you a wee smile.
Oh.
Anyway. That is relatively quick curried Neep soup. Happy crappy cooking. Anybody commenting there? How's everybody else getting on with their soup?
Your mum says she's going to try it in some pasta.
I don't get my cooking ability from you. Do you want to go and eat your soup? And I'll speak to those that are
Sure.
live.
Okay.
And you can tell us how it is. Looks like a child's first picture, doesn't it?
Child's first poo.
Well, it's a similar colour to that. So yeah, you can see my ugly mug. I hate this. I'm looking at the screen, but the camera's there. So if I'm looking at the camera. So has anybody else cooked along? Nicola, how are you getting on?
Oh, it's lovely.
Is it? Is it making your crotch a bit sticky? Because you've spilt a bit. Who's all watching? He doesn't tell you. Grant Gold, hello. Kirsty Middleton, hello. I'm going to go back and see the comments if I can. Jamie Tooch, Fit Like Loon. Kiwi Alex, Mitch, Fit Like.
Excuse me.
Oh, you've just...
Bowls for soup.
Yeah, they're a bit of a burr. Sylvia. Leave it in, you Neep. It's all the good stuff. I know, Chippy, I know. But, you know, professionalism and all that crap. Plus, it wasn't really that well blended. Amy Rugg, hello. Ewan Brindle. Right, Jamie, Fit Like. My cameraman skills are pretty good. I've got my hands shaking like bloomin' Marty McFly, or whatever his name is. Michael J. Fox. Danny Hood, Fit Like. Jane Corsie. Hello, I'm drinking your Orkney Ale. Pity, because there's no flipping banyan here.
I need to go. Sorry.
So Kate needs to go. I'm left in the house myself. And after all that grating, well, too tired. So, hi, Jim Livingston, yours fine. Hi, I'm sure you did cook it. It'll look alright. It looked alright. It tastes pretty, well, Does it taste alright? Let me see. Might be biased. Oh, it is pretty good. There you go, Jenny Mon, you said that coconut and bacon wouldn't go together. That's what I say to that. Anyway, guys, cheery bye. Thank you for watching. Sorry it didn't go on YouTube, because the YouTube Nazis weren't happy. Happy crappy cooking. Sayonara. Signing off.